Hello everyone, this is Nanan and I'm here to talk about some of the concept cars that I made from 5 years ago, back in 2009. The green one on the top right is my latest creation. It's made just about a week ago, and the rest of the 5 are older creations. So I figured it's time to go ahead and highlight all of them in the video for some of you who may have missed seeing these the first time around when they were first posted back in '09. So let's take a look at the first car. This is a model that I wanted to make using these dinosaur bodies. Basically, they are two halves of the main torso, and then normally you would connect the leg there or tail there, but then I saw someone use wheels here and thought that was a really clever idea, so I go ahead and borrow that technique here, and that kind of launched off into this model. So when I first made this car, I wanted to use a flat windshield that kind of transitioned well with the flow of the curve of the car, not the spaceship, this car. So I tried a windshield on there, and number one, it doesn't look as well as I like to. Number two, it just looked too bland. And next thing I knew, I took out one of these spoke canopies and I stuck it on one half of the car, and I immediately liked it because it created a very nice asymmetrical look to it that instantly made the model a lot more interesting to look at. And for the other half, again, I could have used pieces. Lego has a part that looks just like this. I could have used two of these bricks and had them here and here, but that would also have created a symmetrical flow, like an M shape here, and that would have made this half more boring than it should have been. So instead, I found two different curved pieces, and I used them to make this segment asymmetrical as well. So overall, even though it's a very simple design, there's many angles to view it at that's not the same. So I used some stickers to decorate it, and there is a look inside the driver's seat. The rest is pretty standard. A little bit of color accents. This is dark orange, and this is tan, obviously, to highlight some features of the car. So next one, this is a futuristic bike that I made. You may have seen it in the Lego book. It was put there in the section with a few other adult creations. This was made again back in 2009, and I really kind of went all out on Guibos on this one. You can see it's a very sophisticated, complex design, more so than it should have been in real life, but just figured, hey, let's tack on a lot of details. This is a glow-in-the-dark cheese slope there, and then back then the transclear visors were non-production parts, so I figured that matched the white outfit for the driver. So there's a bike and some stickers here and here to decorate it. Okay, this one is a for those who play the video game Halo, you will recognize it in its appearance in Halo 2 as the civilian Warthog on one of the billboards on one of the multiplayer maps. This chassis is actually based off Legoholic's design, and I simply just modified it and added a few decals to transform it into a civilian version of the Warthog. It features some working suspension, and that's created using this rubbery piece that Lego has made. As you can see, it's a very simple design. The rubber kind of makes the wheels flexible, and the axle is going to turn on its own. And then the front hooks, stickers. I think the model is functional too, although it doesn't roll very well because when it sits on the wheels actually push themselves up against the fender here, so prevents them from rolling very easily. So all these cars are really meant for aesthetics, not for playing. Okay, this white one, I have modified it a little bit since 2009 just to make it more sturdy, but basically the idea is the same. I used these curved pieces to create a very futuristic and flowing shape to the car, and the orange canopy and then the orange I guess hood here in the front kind of complements each other, and then the bottom has a ton of details here. Not really functional. The wheels, they do not spin, they're just regular 4x4 round bricks. But overall, here is a look of the car. and they put a spoiler on the back there with these fins. Okay, and then this guy, he's one of my favorites because I just really like the color contrast in this guy. The blue and the tan, but more so also the dark red, kind of makes each color very distinct on its own. And then also the decals from Exoforce, they really fit well onto this model. So bottom, you see there's a little reactor core there, very sci-fi-ish. And then wheels in the front, side. I think overall this model looks a lot better in person than it looks in the photo, because there's not really one angle that is best at viewing it. It's overall just a very dynamic shape, and you have to look at it from multiple angles to really appreciate how this model works. So it's one of my favorites. And then last one, this is a more of a crowd favorite because it's very distinct with this front ball for a wheel. So, and also the red and the white stripes are a very bold color, kind of hinting at the race car quality to it. And they put a lot of stickers in there as well, kind of just to mimic that racing appeal. So this guy sports a non-production Rebel Trooper helmet. It's a red one, and I got this one from a trade with a contact on Flickr. He just posted some non-production parts on his photo stream one day, and then he says these were for trade. So I just emailed him saying, hey, what do you want? And then he gave me this list, and I kind of supplied him with whatever he wants. So non-production parts, they are more or less factory test modes, and a lot of times they're done in red because red is a very inexpensive color. So they do that, and then sometimes they make their ways out of the factory for whatever reason I'm not too familiar with, and they end up in fans' hands, and sometimes they appear in mocks. So the bottom, some details here again, and axle in the back. Just back then, I think I put a lot of details into these models because I actually had more time than I do now. Like nowadays, as you can see, this is a creation now, bottom, bottom. So, with more time back when I was in college, I was able to craft more and do this. And the other day, well, not the other day, the other minute, I was actually taking this apart, just putting the wheel back together. And I just noticed, like, wow, there's actually details underneath here, like these hands that nowadays I probably wouldn't have thought of, but back then I actually did put it in there. So, just kudos to my more youthful and more free times that I had back then. So, these are the futuristic concept cars that I have made. I really enjoyed making them, and thank you guys for watching this video.